Also, I have another article, my top 10 tips for success in aging. My number one, you can guess from my last tips, is love yourself enough to take care of yourself. You know, people who love and need you to take care of yourself. There are some people who put themselves at the end of the list, and then things pretty much fall apart when they do. You need to love yourself enough to see your doctors, to eat properly, to get your rest. You need to love yourself enough to take care of yourself. And kids, you need to love yourselves by saving money and keeping your friendships, because all your grandparents in this room will tell you that their social connections are a huge part of their life satisfaction, whether it's just with family and a few close friends or a ton of people. You saw my darling father? Well, he sent out 500 Christmas cards every year. That was mostly because of my mother. But he ran them through his computer. He was really fun. Okay, laugh. Laugh is a natural stress reducer. In fact, it releases two chemicals that fight the two hardest things about aging, and that's fear and pain. So laugh, everybody. And if you can't laugh on your own, watch a fun movie and have some laughter. And I always say laugh with a friend or your grandchild. All right, get good information about everything. We don't have any excuse anymore with the internet. And if you're really looking for just a couple of great websites to go to, WebMD. Start there, webmd.com and health.com. Health.com has many of the magazines. I know my second son, he has to have Men's Health every month. He just is really good about that. But those are good resources. Feed yourself well. Now, each of you know what you really operate the best on. If you're more of a protein person or a carb person, fruits and vegetables, feed yourselves well. Make sure you eat every day. Make sure you eat 3 times a day, whether it's one big meal and 2 small, 2 big and 1 small. You must eat. And have tea time at 4 o'clock. Have something warm and a little bit of, something to get you through dinner. People who snack during the day don't overeat. The thinner people among us eat the most often, but feed yourselves well. Be kind to yourself and get your rest. All of us know, again, how much sleep we operate well on, and pretty much stick to that. Also, there is nothing like new bedding or a new bed. And if you haven't done this for yourself yet, if you're older, do it now. You might not need a new bed for, a few years, but you will get more rest and be healthier for it now. Fight depression. Do you know that the #1 illness of old age is depression? Depression isn't something that shows up with a name tag, like a cold or the flu. But it's worse. Depression makes us sad. And when we're depressed, we don't feed ourselves well. We don't get our rest. We tend to abuse ourselves a little bit because we're mad at ourselves. But did you know that in every human's lifetime, adult lifetime, they usually have 5 significant depressions? Whether it's a loss like death or divorce, whether it's a job, whether it is postpartum depression women have in a hormonal change, death of a friend, a traumatic event. So please, if you are dealing with any part of depression, talk to someone. Older people, your grandkids are great to start with. They're not going to rat you out to your kids, okay? Unless it's really bad, they're not going to rat you out. I know. I'm step-Grammy to 11. I did not say that earlier. I am the keeper of many secrets. So it's really time that we deal with this on a major basis, because it's not something you should have in your life as you grow. And children, grandkids, if you are depressed about something more than just, wow, I'm bummed out, if you're really low about something, would you please talk to your grandparents today? Start a conversation that says, I think I need some help. Or, I can't think myself out of this paper bag. Can you please come in here and help me with it? And grandkids, I'll talk a little bit more later, but you don't even know the treasure trove you have sitting next to you of good ideas and been there, done that. They are really something else. Declutter your space. I love to say, de-mess to de-stress. All right? Okay, kids, all of you grandkids, what does your room look like right now? Did you all clean it because your grandparents were coming? Uh-huh. What's under the bed? That's what I want to know. All right, it really is important. Grandkids, I'm speaking to you right now. You will study better if you have an organized area. If you are not gifted, because many times very creative people are really what we would call sloppy, because they're moving from creative idea to creative idea, and they're not as good at clerical things. There are 20 different personalities, all right, in psychology. You just need to find a person who is boringly good at clerical, administrative, or organizational duties. I certainly have one. And you know what? It's wonderful to have friends like that because it's yin and yang. It's frickin' frack. It is a completion of something that you are lesser in. But it's very important you do. And grandparents, how many of you have a ton of photos that you wish were on a CD-ROM or a video or something like that? All right, grandkids, where are you? Okay, job. You want to say thank you? Would you just please scan your grandparents' photos into things, and you'll have the best time, and your grandmother will feed you well, and your grandfather will slip you 20s when you do this for them. So come on, let's get it done. All right. Lastly, oh, and I love this one, but I'll speak more about it later. Worship God. Everyone, these years are so important that we worship God. After all, that's what we were made to do. If you couldn't do anything else in this world but breathe, you could worship God.